Hello, beautiful friends around the world. I truly hope you're doing as well as possible in these times of change. And I know lots and lots is happening inside, outside, around us in this world, in our life, in our emotions, planetary, anywhere and everywhere. So this consciousness stream today was really an urge from my heart, and as well actually from Gaia herself, from our Mother Earth, because some short time ago, I guess maybe last week, I was actually receiving a most beautiful channeling of hers, and she was really pointing out that urgency, that our true essential tool now in these times of change will be actually softness. That softness of that love, of that self-love, of that self-recognition, who we are, and that in all these changes, only yourself can actually support this process. So let's start. Lots to be shared. I guess many, or at least with those I was talking lately, feeling that kind of almost again like falling a little bit in this dark space, dark hole, or just feeling once again maybe not so happy, not so satisfied. And I don't say that you need to be constantly happy, but just feeling that there is so much more happening, and maybe in that moment you can't point your finger directly onto what it is we are actually right now going through, yes, or the particular topic. But when these kind of changes are happening, particularly now through all these solar flares, which are only supporting this process of basically faster awakening. And now maybe some of you will say, well, do I want to awake? Basically, there is almost not anymore any kind of choice, because we are in a collective field, and the collective field is moving. So this means as it's moving and shifting vibrational, let's say from here suddenly a little bit more up and then more up from its frequency, yes, this of course will affect everyone. It actually doesn't matter if you're conscious on that journey of awareness, if you wanna make changes or not, it will be felt by everyone. And that's here now the point. Now we can make it more softer and calmer and easier, that kind of process, or we can still hold on to so many things by trying to repair what was known. And that's now the process, because who says that this, what you actually been holding on, is still aligned to you? So are you holding on because it's known to you, because it gave you a particular support or kind of security, yes, because it's familiar to you? Or are you just holding on because you don't know anything else, right? And that's now our expansion, because everything, our higher guidance, our human evolution, nature, everything in the universe wishes us to expand. And it's not only a wish, it's a constant evolution on all levels. So it's even not again to be discussed if we want it or not. It will happen anyway. So if things are arising that suddenly you feel, oh my God, why again? It feels like I'm losing it. I'm losing maybe my job. I'm losing that. I feel actually falling into poverty. I'm losing my typical friend circle, which I called friends before. I'm losing my family circle, which I called family. I might lose even the idea which I thought who I am. All these are actually symptoms of you awakening. And these are not only symptoms, because by feeling that like that, your ego, my ego, will let us know that something is not right, because it knows only what it knows, and if there is a slight change, it will start to let you know that, right? And when this change are happening, yeah, when this arises, like, oh my God, I feel like again I can't deal with anything, I'm actually losing it here, I'm actually feeling like a failure, I actually want to just dig into the ground, hide myself in darkness and not want to even come out again. What is this all happening to us, to me? That in those moments, when you say this to your own self, when you feel that you're kind of losing it, when you feel sadness, when you feel disappointment, when you feel a sense of being lost, then we don't need another part of us to hit on our head and say, yes, you're really not dealing right with the situation. Yes, you're really a failure. Yes, you're not worthy to be here. You're not even worthy to receive magic, beautiful moments, miracles in your life. Don't do that in those moments. And you know why? Because it's only mind chatters. Because essential, we are all very, very soft within our core. Essential, we are all very, very soft in our core. And to be able to walk through this passageway, if you want to say, when lots will arise, lots fears, lots things which just doesn't work anymore, but not to scare you off, not to show you that you're not capable to live your life fulfilled, not to judge you, not yourself and not by others, but it's showing you parts where you're just not anymore in your highest good aligned. And that's all what is happening. So even if we feel, well, that job was good, that place I lived was good, this partner was right, these friends were kind of always funny and silly and great with me. But your soul is here to constantly evolve, constantly. My soul, all of our souls, to constantly evolve. And as these energetic times in which we are in now, really pressing strongly, like infusions of higher consciousness, that's the solar flares, into our field, into Gaia, into our bones, into our cells, into our mind, into our thoughts, into our feelings. That's when we are actually seeing now, shedding light where things were not aligned at all, and probably even for a longer time, due to let them go, due to change. But as we are all, especially the human mind, beings of being used to certain ways, yes, our mind structure, mind frame, then we get really comfortable in it. And even we feel inside it's not making us any more fulfilled, happy, energized, motivated, we're still hanging on. And that's something where we are basically our own selves not allowing to just expand. And now you're going to ask, but which part is not allowing us to move on, to expand? Again, it's that part which still makes us inside insecure to open self for something new. So which part is this within you? Which part within you makes you still insecure if you would just dive into this new job, dive into this next level relationship, dive into changing place of residence, dive into maybe open up to soul family, to true friendship and not maybe surface friendship, drinking friendship, right? So, and I don't want to judge, but just to say, to give you now more quality side of what you're truly not just capable, but what you're truly deserving. And we are all deserving so much more than where we all humanity went into compromises. And what is this compromise? It was what didn't felt aligned and really attuned with our inner self. But for the outer self, ego, it was fine. It gave me status. If I take this job. It gives me lots of money if I take this job. It gives me, I don't know, satisfaction to take just this lady one night stand or longer or whatever. But I can then say I was with her and so on. So you see, there's so many things we actually all, no judgment, lift on the surface. So if you feel right now that so much is crumbling down and just not working, you're really working yourself 24/7 to the core, strongly working and being exhausted, and still nothing you can see is coming to fruition, then truly think about, where are you? Where I am. You, we all, still in resistance to align to a higher plan, waiting just behind the corner here, maybe even in front of your nose, waiting to grab it. But because it might look different, it might feel different, it might feel like, wow, I never did this before, that's it. Because the soul wants actually now almost to break out of this cage we created on this planet, on this earth, with so much what and how it shall be, because everyone is doing it, because this is the norm, because this is what it's written in the books, in the schools, in the religion, and so on. Now think about, how long can you still do that? Exhaust yourself to being on a path which is not at all aligned to your true core values. Values. That's when we talk about recognizing what is that self-love. Because when you know your true essential values, what you need, who you truly are, that you don't need to pretend, you don't need to fit anywhere, you really meet in a deep sense your heart desires and your soul calling, right? Then many things align, natural align, and not anymore almost working against the stream. And I know, I was there, don't worry. Lots of people are still working against the stream, the life stream, the soul alignment stream, the soul calling stream, the fulfillment, the golden age stream, the abundance stream. They're working against without even knowing, because they think if I put hard work into that, then I deserve it. But is this the true, beautiful friends, that we need to work hard for something? I'm not saying I just wait here now and it's falling into my lap and that's the way. No, but when you're in a flow, and I'm sure all of you, you've been before, either in a river or in a, I don't know, waving ocean. How does it feel when the current is, when the stream is carrying you? and it's a strong one, right? And you're one with it. And you still, of course, need to pedal and show the direction, yes, to not completely being off. But that's the point, beloveds. Don't work against your own stream. And therefore, it doesn't serve to hit yourself on the head and you say, oh my God, once again, I can't solve anything in my life. Am I stupid? Am I not aware enough? Am I just a failure? Like I always knew, I always felt, everyone told me? Or is it just because I'm following maybe a stream which is not my stream? Maybe I adapt, maybe my ego was satisfied for that moment to be there, to say, ooh, I was in that place, I had this relationship, I had this status, I had this money, I had all of that, so I can be now really praising gloriously myself and say, you see, I was in the right stream. But for how long did it fulfill your soul? Did you feel then really one with all? Or did you at some point, maybe even fast after that, find yourself and saying, but why do I feel lonely? Why do I feel lonely? Why do I feel not seen? Why do I feel like I still didn't get it? I don't feel I'm on the right place. These are all indicators where we all beloveds, me too, all at some point went into compromises against our soul stream. Because we made someone happy, because we helped someone, we supported someone. But even our ego, even our mind was satisfied. But these times are coming to a closure. Not because I'm saying it. The consciousness field is saying it. Because the energy won't let us anymore sleep in this belief that you are still on that right track. Even it has nothing to do with your true essential soul or even soul calling. So when you feel now maybe down and feeling I'm kind of not on my track yet, allow it. Allow it that it really feels basically even sad, because it is that part of you which is coming to a closure. And it might feel like we would grieve that part of us, because that part was so familiar to us, so familiar, doing the same things over and over again, thinking in a way over and over again, choosing the same things over and over again, even they were for a long time not at all aligned anymore with our true divine being. It was aligned with the material world, with social norms, with everything and anything other expected. Maybe again, even your ego expected from you. You have to be like your mother, you have to be like your father, you have to be like those, I don't know, models in the showing on the TV. Doesn't matter. That's all what we are slowly transmuting. So when you catch yourself to come now to this consciousness tour I announced, and beautiful Gaia, our Mother Earth, was really lately showing me over and over again, when you fall into this state, like you feel everything is starting to disappear, or everything feels not right anymore, and you feel, am I really such an, I don't know, incapable person to be still in that state? Everyone else already achieved, just me not. At that moment, find your softness. That's the tool, because it doesn't help to walk through this passageway of transformation with all these fears and pains and programs and everything what we are gonna feel leaving behind, and feel grieving even for it, because it will make a hole, a space within us. So what to feel now into this space, it will take some time to make this transition into the new state. And these times, be gentle, be soft with yourself. And you know why? Not just to take your hand, to have something to carry you through this process. But this is what we are now learning. Because what is this softness? What is this gentleness? It is love, my beautiful, beautiful friends and soul. It is love. So that love will again connect us with our own self, but really not just, oh, how do I look? Oh, how do I don't know, how others sees me in my status. Not that. It will connect me to who I essential are. This really, really sensitive, pure, innocent, divine stream of light that's here inside of us. All right? And we covered it up with thousands of things which we need to achieve. And you know what I received from Gaia, from that channeling? That we so intensely, through this work and achievement and be the best and be the most beautiful and be everywhere and ticking all the list what I did in my life already, we actually became with our body, with all our body systems, numb. Because that's stress. This is stress. I need to. I didn't yet. Oh my God, I'm so sad. Another stress, emotional stress, mental stress. And she showed me that all of our bodies, physical, emotional, all the bodies, being for so long under that stress of pressure, of expectation, of norms, that we actually became numb to feel what we need, who we are, where our true soul heart desires are laying, because everything became heart. All right, it became heart. And what we do if we want this hardness to open, yes, we bring in softness. So that's our learning and that's our tool. And softness can only come from love. Not just to have a massage, not just to lay in a bath, but tomorrow go and work again 24/7 the whole week, yes? So it's about a new awareness to build up that connection to ourselves. How otherwise, beautiful souls, can we survive these massive, constant new inputs? How can we survive it if we are still in a rigid position, in a hard state towards self, towards others? It's gonna, smash us. The light, the frequencies, everything which will rise up. Yes, then maybe you're gonna say, I wanna leave this planet now because I can't handle anything anymore. That's why we have to come back to that softness. Because if we have still even emotional ties, who did something towards us, that's all still keeping as well. You know, I'm so hard against this person because they hurt me. Another wall. How can we bring love to this planet, to my body, to my mind, and to like that change that world with a new maybe experience? Yes? So you can't if you're still hard, if you're still rigid, if you're still holding on to all what you have to achieve. Because otherwise the neighbor will say, I was so known, and suddenly you see overnight he lost it all. This is what the ego is afraid of. That's why so many beautiful, glorious souls are still in the same position of not moving forward. They're afraid to show that they actually are looking, screaming, wishing for softness. And softness will open up what covered the body, all these walls, all these control mechanisms. All of this needs to break down, because we're bringing in higher frequency, which will help us. It will help us to basically build, I don't want to say rebuild, because we're not taking the same, build a new beautiful foundation, not a false where we went into all these compromises, who we are, what we achieved, all these titles, all these medals, all this, this we don't need. We just basically really need to become that love we are. But it will really, really ask from each of us to be very, very straightforward, what you will find and see behind these barriers which you built yourself. So this means, was I really so honest in those moments with self, with my partner, with others? Am I really loving that work I'm doing and showing to the world how I adored this work, and actually behind the doors you're hating it? All these are these little, let's call them disease. Yeah, I'm hearing disease, yes, but deceive as well, which are not aligned anymore to our higher consciousness, which is then aligned to our soul core alignment. And that's the point. It is now really all about not to stop trying still to hide or to fulfill others, to just keep that fantastic, beautiful face which you don't want to lose. It might be painful, because it is a sort of dying. It is. It truly is. Because we built even probably many lifetimes on it. How to be, what all to go through, who to become, to be a part of this so important society. But it's really an urge from our heart space coming through. And this urge is just saying, become soft to yourself. Be soft when you become angry, because it's rising to be transmuted. Be soft when you have the feeling you can't fulfill that contract which you so promised everyone who is attached to that project, or maybe the family. Be gentle to yourself, because it's not rising up again to scare you, to show you that you're a failure, that you're not capable. It's showing you where you've been in compromises. So it is actually, once again, a gift. And when we meet what was actually that compromise, what was false, or just served its purpose for a while, it's fine. We can't change it by just rip it away, forget it, bury it into the ground. We can't change it by judging it. How could you do this stupid things or choices, but just really take in that moment that gentleness, that softness, and hug yourself in that process. That's what is most needed to survive that process, not to drown and not to make you feel that you want to leave this planet. It will call you to return to the only true things. Think, state what is existing here, and that is your vibrating, beating heart. That's the only truth, and there is only love stream, only higher consciousness every day with every heartbeat reminding you, hey, remember from where you came before you had this body? Hey, I'm still here with you. I'm guiding you. Hey, it's not over. It's just another experience to be experienced, to be embraced. All right? So the tool is be in every part of your being gentle in that process which we are all of us undergoing now on this planet. It's really, really the most important. Again, self-judgment will lead you only that you will doubt everything you ever been and ever experienced and ever wanted to do. But that's not what is called, or that's not what is needed. You don't need self-doubt in these situations then. You need love. And as usually many around us are in similar situations, you can even not expect it, from these others. You can't. We are all now learning to find that love again in us, through us and with us. And when we can, then we're gonna become really more peaceful through these changes, because there are more storms ahead, beautiful ones, and that's why it's so important to remember that, to not run them, to not build another wall around you to hide yourself. Melt those walls, melt them through your gentle, generous, loving heart. That's what is now mostly needed for this world, for your body, for everyone within you and around you. Because again, these solar flares, these are injection of high consciousness information, which are just helping us to open this barrier of our mind, who brought us into this cage of thinking what we all need to achieve, and forgot along the way to feel, because we became heart stressful and not anymore ready to as well vibrate this love. Because imagine that we all start to walk like that through the daily life, through all the situations, with this pulsating, aligned, beautiful heart stream. It will be more easier. It surely will be. Trust on that. And because this topic is all about this gentleness, softness, I'm also offering, and this is really just when you are called for that, this Saturday, the causal chakra wisdom bridge activation. And I wondered myself, why would I do now an activation particularly for a chakra? Because as a multidimensional channel, I usually do many different tuning in to different consciousness fields, but why a chakra? But then it made sense. It really made sense. When I tuned more into it, it actually presented itself, and of course with other streams of information which others gave me too, who are more maybe in this wisdom of chakra systems, but just to say there is actually this bridge which glows, and almost, you know, when you see this halo at some pictures from some saints, etc., because there is already that bridge to our higher consciousness towards the kind of lower mind, if you want to say, yes, and then coming into the body system. And some also call it the divine feminine light, that it's coming through that bridge, and it's really, really soft energy, again, as we speak about softness. But to reach it, again, if we have this mind construct, I can't, I'm in fear, I have this belief system, I can't go beyond my norms, etc., then, of course, it's more hard to allow this softness, even from your higher wisdom, higher consciousness field, to enter into your bodies and help self in this change, in this growth, in this process. And so we're gonna work closely with this chakra system to open and reconnect you more in a sensational experience. So this means that you can really feel, because what we feel, we remember, and then you can always recall it back. So it's almost like a begin of a new beautiful alignment, new beautiful relationship to your higher self streams, and as well with your own beautiful human self. And that's what is needed now. We can't anymore search for the tools which we already used in the 3D, because they only could help us till that point. But now we really need higher guidance for all what is happening, because the mind actually, and I'm sure you can relate to that, is often in a clueless position lately. What to say, what to do. And that's why only this higher guidance, this softness, this stream, this allowance to become slowly the human, but with beautiful divinity back streaming through the body, that's where we are all heading in our beautiful process. And so yes, this activation on Saturday will actually, through this causal chakra, support us to even bring more light into that subconscious mind field, where still lots is lingering there from the subconscious programming and fears and all. And that's why I'm saying, when you catch yourself now that things are just not working out, and you try 10 times and it's not working out in any kind of field, work, family, friends, place to live, think about what is it showing you, that there is not anymore alignment which is serving you for your highest good. So it's not that something, life is taking us something away which we so worked for and hardly held on. No, it's helping us to align to our really beautiful, higher, sacred soul plan. Where am I now being guided? As a human, as this body, as this mind, everything will start to fall into place when we allow it, and be not restricting ourselves with holding back, controlling, and not trusting that behind the corner something better is already waiting for us. So again, be gentle, soft, whatever is happening, because the softness will faster transmute, transform what been served outdated. So just help it, not by endless sadness and crying, in this process, which of course we still partly will do, because it is a grieving process of the old, but at the same time we're already making space that the new can start to flow, and we can be carried by it, because you know who is carrying us then? Our divine light consciousness stream. This one is gonna carry us, and not anymore the ego, who only knows as much but not beyond. Right? Be gentle and don't judge yourself. You didn't do anything wrong, you didn't make wrong choices, but it's just showing you where you're just not vibrating anymore with it, and inviting you to move forward. Okay? Much love from me, and I really hope that this stream, this information, this softness supports you on your beautiful, unique, expansive and colorful journey back to self, back to your dreams, back to why you're here, and not anymore just to exist and fulfill what everything and everyone was expecting from you. So let this go, and don't even think 1 second what the others might feel and think when you're gonna do this. And you know why? Because at some point your decision to follow your stream was then the inspiration at some point that they will move as well, with their own pace at their perfect timing. Much love from Slovenia, and yes, be gentle, because like that you're gonna survive these intense waves and changes and tornadoes and everything. That's what is now required. Gentleness, which will bring you back to your peace. And if you've been called on Saturday to join my activation, to help you open more that stream to bringing that peace, this gentleness through this causal chakra, then of course all the information I will also then add at the link in the comments. Much love, and know all is well, even all seems to be breaking or even dying. Much love.